Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about whether or not a narcissist misses you. And there's various reasons why people want to know whether or not a narcissist misses them. From whether the time they've spent with the narcissist was just a complete lie and a complete waste of time, to the hope that they might be able to get back together with the narcissist if the narcissist misses them. When it comes to a narcissistic relationship, the more you forgive them, the more they believe they can get away with their behaviour. The more you go back to them, the worse their behaviour gets. So whether or not they miss you, although it's important to you, it's more important that you work on yourself and your future and your life. And part of that is knowing whether you are enough, whether you matter to other people. And yes, you are enough. Yes, you do matter to other people. Just because the narcissist couldn't show you that you were enough, just because the narcissist couldn't show you that you mattered, doesn't have any relevance on who you are as a person. We have to detach ourselves from that story. We have to separate ourselves from that person. That we care about that person, we have to separate ourselves from that person and recognise them as an individual for who they are and their continued patterns of behaviour, and recognise ourselves as an individual and who we are, and that we do deserve to be treated with basic respect, the basic values, basic morals, dignity, loyalty, honesty. As when it comes to a narcissistic relationship, more often than not, a narcissist is lacking in object consistency. And you more often than not have object consistency, which explains a lot more about whether the narcissist misses you and you missing the narcissist and wanting to connect to the narcissist again. Before I start, thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. So when it comes to object consistency, those who developed object consistency, which is usually done between the ages of 2 and 3, when people develop a attachment system with their primary caregiver. And often some people don't develop this attachment system. So when people developed object consistency, they have a belief within themselves that a relationship is stable and it is intact. They have a belief within themselves that when there is arguments, when there is disagreements, when there is disappointment, when there is hurt, when there is conflict, when there is drama, they still care for the other person. And they care for that other person enough not to do any serious damage. Yes, we all have emotions. We all have positive and negative emotions. We can all be provoked. We can all feel anger. We can all feel rage. We can all lash out. We can all throw things. When people bring out the worst in us. However, with that object consistency, there's that thing that would rein you back in order not to do too much damage, to offend the other person, because you care about the other person. And even though you might be annoyed at something that other person has done, you don't want to hurt that other person's feelings. However, when it comes to a narcissist, they're often lacking in this object consistency. And as they feel entitled to have their own way, as they have a willingness to exploit people, and as they have a lack of empathy to care for other people, when they don't get what they want, with their lack of object consistency, when there is disagreement or conflict or drama or arguments, they no longer care for you. They care about getting their own needs met. With object consistency, when you quarrel with a loved one, you can still have a positive emotional bond that you don't want to hurt that loved one's feelings. Without object consistency, when a narcissist quarrels with a loved one, they turn off those emotional feelings. They no longer care for that person. They've got those negative feelings. They're looking to seek revenge on the other person, which boils down to the two faces of a narcissist. People often say that the narcissist mask slips. It doesn't slip. It's who they are. Yes, when they're going all out with their admiration-seeking face, their grandiosity, where they're seeking excessive attention from those around them, they will put on the grandiose act to gain that attention, to gain that support, to gain that praise. They will exaggerate who they are as a person. They will love bomb. They will shower people with gifts. They will put in so much time and effort to get that attention from people. They will do things for people to gain the attention in return. And when someone says no to the narcissist, when the narcissist doesn't get their own way, when the narcissist doesn't get what they thought they wanted, out comes their envious face, where they seek to hurt people. They seek to bring people down. They seek to control people to feel better about themselves because of their own insecurities, because of their own shame. They seek to control those around them. And people with object consistency that care about their partner on a genuine, continued basis, when they see that their partner is hurting, when they see their parent is hurting, when they see their friend is hurting, they go all out to make it up to that friend, partner, whoever the narcissist is. They go all out to care about that person. And a narcissist uses this to exploit that person, to manipulate that person. So the narcissist uses the person's emotions against them to get what the narcissist wants from that person. If a narcissist discards you, they don't tend to miss you. The term discard is when a narcissist no longer has a need for you. So they put you to one side and move on to someone new. Now, this can be a parent with a sibling. This can be a partner moving in with a new relationship. This can be a friend moving on to another friend and dropping you for a bit. When it comes to a narcissist, when they don't feel they've got a need for you at that moment in time because they lack the object consistency, they drop you like a hot potato and move on to somebody new. And when they've done this, they don't miss you. They've discarded you because you're no longer serving them. You're no longer giving them what they want because of their sense of entitlement. Now, if you leave them, if you finally see through their manipulation and you've had enough of their behaviour, you've had enough of being hurt, you've had enough of being lied to, enough of being cheated on, enough of being used, you've recognised what they are doing to you, and as hard as it is to walk away from that person because you have that object consistency, you care about them. So even though they hurt you, you still care about them. So it's difficult to walk away. However, once you recognise it and learn how to walk away from them, yes, they will miss you because they believe that you've got one over on them. It criticises who they are as a person. It criticises their sense of entitlement, and out comes their envious face, and that's often when they will either seek to hoover you back into the relationship with those future fakes, those false promises of change, when they claim they'll marry you, that they'll have a child with you, that they'll go on holiday with you, when they go all out to suck you back into their games. Because they discard you like a piece of rubbish. And then when they have a need for you, they suck you back in with those false promises to treat you like dirt, to discard you all over again. Because once they've sucked you back in, once they've got what they wanted, because they feel hurt by you for leaving them, because they feel frustrated, because they feel annoyed, they seek revenge. So they seek to punish you for leaving them. So when you leave them, they don't miss you in the way that you miss them. They miss you in a way that serves themselves. Do they feel guilty for the things that they do to you, for how they treat you? Some possibly can. Mostly if they do, it's in a moment, and then they quickly shift the blame over to somebody else, usually to you. They usually blame you. This is why they come at you with, if you'd have paid me more attention, if you hadn't, I wouldn't, if only you'd. Because they're putting that you in there to place the blame and the shame at your door. So they can remove the feelings of guilt, they can remove any feelings of shame, and they can hold their head high and pretend that they didn't do anything to you, or if they did do something to you, it's because you apparently made them do it. But nobody makes anybody do anything. And that's the difference. When a narcissist provokes and pushes and prods and baits you to react to them so that they can use your reactions against you to their advantage as leverage to get you to do something for them that perhaps you don't want to do. You take responsibility for your own behaviour. You take ownership for your own behaviour. You feel guilty for walking away from them. You feel guilty for throwing something because they've pushed you to the point of that much built up frustration and anxiety and resentment and anger that you step out of character. You throw something and then you feel bad. You apologise. You do all you can to make it up to them for the things they're actually doing to you. Whereas you cannot even do anything to a narcissist. You might just say no. You might walk in the door wrong. You might not have cooked their tea exactly how they like it. You might not have sliced their tomato thin enough. And they will use that as an excuse to rage out at you. But they won't take responsibility for their own behaviour. They will blame you for not slicing that tomato just how they like it. Nobody deserves to be abused. Narcissist personality disorder is a reason behind their behaviour. It is never, ever to excuse their behaviour. Abuse is abuse and there is no excuse. So does a narcissist miss you? Potentially, but why do they miss you? They miss what they can gain from you. They don't miss you as a person. They miss the attention they can get from you. They miss the emotions they can get from you. They don't miss the learning together, growing together, enjoying the moment together, creating the memories together. With a narcissist, more often than not, it's an illusion. And it's a painful one for you because you live that moment when they could treat you so well. So when they treat you wrong, because you've got that object consistency, you have a belief that if you just work a little bit harder to please them, all will be okay. However, it never is all okay, because a narcissist manipulates people with that false hope, with that future faking, to pull people back into their games. And more often than not, it's all to do with whether they've developed the object consistency to care for another person. because in life we don't always agree. People don't always see eye to eye. People can have different perspectives, and if someone isn't willing to see it from another person's point of view, often they lack the empathy to care about the other person's point of view. They just have an agenda of pushing their own point of view onto others. Remember, there's no wrong way or right way to live your life. With good intentions, there is only your way. Whatever belief system you hold, if it's working against you, that's when you need to change it. If it helps you through, then that's when you need to just keep learning from it and growing from it to help you. If anyone has any thoughts on the video, please add those into the comments. Thank you very much for listening. I shall add the video into the description about why narcissistic people hurt those they claim to care about. Remember, you are enough. You do matter. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.